I really never set out to become an expert in the field of pornography and masturbation. Not at all. I just wanted to share my story and perhaps by so doing, give someone an opportunity to feel seen and heard, and maybe for the first time in their lives, find the courage to speak up concerning their struggle with pornography and masturbation. That's really all I wanted to achieve. But there seemed to be a consistent debate going on around the subject. I've noticed that ever since I began to post the podcast on the subject of pornography and masturbation. And what's the debate? People are torn in between whether indulging in pornography and masturbation is wrong. In fact, there's a group of people who hold very strongly that indulging in these acts is not even sinful. So there's no need for us to put pressure on people who are caught up in the act. They say it's a biological thing. So everyone at some point in their lives is bound to experience the activity of porn and masturbation. To those people who think so, I say, whatever works for you. If you really believe indulging in porn and masturbation is not wrong or sinful, it's fine. But the question I like to ask though is, how do you determine what is wrong or right or sinful or not sinful to you? Is it as a result of some social construct you have stumbled upon, adopted and have decided to run your life by, or is it as a result of your feelings? Well, I think I know. You probably have read up some research online that says to you that porn and masturbation helps you understand your sexuality, helps you boost sexual stamina, and whatever it is they have told you it does for you. But have you also carefully checked to see that the same researchers speak to you about the ills of porn and masturbation, that by the way they do not highlight? They only say to you that indulging in excessive porn and masturbation results in erectile dysfunction, brings about broken relationships and, premature ejaculation. But they don't highlight it, they don't speak about it very loudly. But my concern though is, how do you determine what is excessive? How do you arrive at knowing that from the moment you first got exposed to porn and indulge in masturbation, you are going to be able to control the excessiveness? Brings to mind what Satan told Eve and Adam in the Garden of Eden, right? He said, don't worry about God. He doesn't really mean that you will die when you eat the fruit. He only knows that you're going to become like him. If you're a Bible-believing Christian, you know how the story ends. And today we're seeing degrees of darkness to another, just from one indulgence that didn't seem harmful. So I'm sure that many of you, from the moment you got exposed to a pornographic clip and maybe masturbated for the first time, in your mind, it wasn't that bad. You did it a second time, a third time, and a fourth time, and it still felt like it's not that bad. As a matter of fact, it feels good. I think I'll be able to stop whenever it is I decide to stop. But how's the story coming? Now, I think that's what to look at. Determining if something is right or wrong for you has to do with whether or not it brings you to a level of subjection that makes that you can no longer control it, but it controls you. If indulging in porn and masturbation is as good as some people have said it is, why is it impossible for many people to control it? Why is it almost impossible for people to get up from it and say, I will no longer do this, and it stands? Why do people seem to be losing their sense of control and even their willpower over the struggle? Something you should think about. So I say again, whatever works for you. But for me, is porn and masturbation wrong? Absolutely. Is it sinful? Without a question. The longer you continue to justify what is slowly destroying you, the longer you stay bound to it. Freedom doesn't come from defending claims. It comes from breaking them.